Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you are healthy and hearty. Welcome to NIEVS Homeschool. This is Fatema Sabrin, Shikha, Assistant Teacher of English, National Ideal English Version School Morning Shift. Today I am going to take English first paper class for the students of class 9 on the topic of Unit 1, Lesson 2. I'm repeating. Today our topic is Unit 1, Lesson 1. Our today's topic is Unit 1, Lesson 1, and this is our first lecture. Students, please take your English for Today book. We are going to learn about Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his family. So let's start. Unit 1, Lesson 1, name Bangabandhu's family in 1971. Look at the pictures below and discuss the following questions in pair. Number 1. Who can you see in the pictures? Students, who can you see in the pictures? Yes, these pictures are about Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his family. Okay, next, number 2. What do you know about them? And number 3. Where were those people during the Liberation War? So students, question 2 and 3. We are going to learn about these questions in the text. So I am going to read the text. It was the night of 25th March 1971. There was a full of quietness at Bangabandhu's home at Dhanmondi Road number 32 throughout the day. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman and his family members could apprehend that something tragic was going to happen. Gunshots were heard around the city. Bangabandhu's eldest son Sheikh Kamal was out of home for forming barricades against the Pakistan army who had been killing people indiscriminately that night. Bangabandhu decided to send the girls of the family to a safer place for the night, and he gave their responsibility to his son-in-law named Mr. Wajid Mia. Bangabandhu's daughter Sheikh Hasina, who was expecting a baby soon, along with her sister Sheikh Rehana and her cousin Farida, were sent to a house at road number 15, Dhanmondi, for that night. Bangabandhu's wife, Begum Fazilatunisa Mujib, stayed with him. Students, from this para, we come to know about the night, the Black Night of 25th March 1971, and the time at the night of 25th March, there were gunshots everywhere around the city, Dhaka city, and Pakistan army who were killing the most people of East Pakistan that night. And that time, Sheikh Hasina, who is the daughter of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, expecting a baby, and she was sent to a safe place with her sister Sheikh Rehana and the house of her cousin Farida. And that time, Bangabandhu was staying with his wife Begum Fazilatunisa Mujib, and they were only alone at the house of Dhanmondi, road number 32. Just before midnight, Bangabandhu sent the Declaration of Independence to Mr. Johur Ahmed Chowdhury at Chittagong, wireless. At the darkest part of that night, the Pakistan army surrounded his home and started firing at random. The situation agitated Bangabandhu much, and he asked them to stop, but soon he was instructed to get ready to go with them. Begum Mujib packed his necessary belongings. After Bangabandhu left, she was at a loss what to do and where to go with her children. However, being a supportive wife of the great leader all through her life, she soon pulled up her mental strength, but her anxiety continued till the end of the war. So at the night of 25th March, Bangabandhu get arrested by the Pakistan army, and later he was sent to jail. And that time, Begum Fazilatunisa Mujib, the wife of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, was at loss, and she can't think about anything. But as she was the wife of Bangabandhu, she was so supportive, and as a leader, she maintained all things with mental strength. The next day, Begum Mujib had to leave house number 32 with her children and other members of her home. During the next couple of months, they moved from one shelter to another in reach of a safer place. During their stay in those places, some people came forward to helping them, while some refused to give them shelter for fear of their own safety. When their provision ran short, Sheikh Kamal, who had already joined the liberation war, came to them in disguise and delivered some money. Some very close people also supported the family with money and foodstuff. So at the time, Bangabandhu was arrested and sent to jail. Begum Fazilatunisa Mujib had to leave the house of 32 Dhanmondi, and that time she was in search of a safe place for her family, but no one come forward to help her, those who expected. But there were some people who came forward to help her and her family, and they never think about their life stake. And those who refused to help them were thinking about their danger of life, because if they help them, they can be killed brutally for helping them. So for the family members were ignorant about Bangabandhu's condition. Suddenly they came to know that he was alive and had been taken to Pakistan. Begum Mujib started to keep contact with Awami League leaders, but soon the family was taken to Dhanmondi house number 18 by the Pakistan army and kept under house arrest. However, people would come to their house with valuable information in disguise of vendors. Also, some would throw pieces of waste paper with important information written on them. So when the family members of Bangabandhu came to know that yes, Bangabandhu is still alive, they had some aspect that they can do anything for Bangabandhu. Then that time Begum Mujib started to contact with other leaders of Awami League, and people of every sphere helped them as they can. In the month of May the same year, Pakistan army set fire to Bangabandhu's Tungipara home in front of his parents. A young man from the village protested the evil deed and was shot dead. Both parents of Bangabandhu fell ill in October and were admitted to the PG hospital. Begum Mujib and her family were allowed to visit them 2 or 3 times a week for 1 hour. However, that created the opportunity for them to establish a better communication with the freedom fighters. So, in the month of May 1971, Pakistan army set fire to Bangabandhu's Tungipara home in front of his parents. So after seeing all these ill deeds, they fell ill and were admitted to PG hospital, and that time only Begum Mujib and her family were allowed to visit them 2 or 3 times in a week for only 1 hour, and that time they got the opportunity to connect with the leaders of Awami League and to do something for the innocent people and for to connect with freedom fighters. Begum Mujib was extremely worried about her children, especially her daughter Sheikh Hasina, because of her health condition. However, she was not allowed by the Pakistani rulers to be with her daughter Sheikh Hasina. When she was admitted to hospital, Mr. Wajid Mia and Bangabandhu's second son Sheikh Jamal accompanied Sheikh Hasina to the hospital. Bangabandhu's youngest sister, pretending to be a hospital attendant, entered the hospital and looked after her niece. Sheikh Hasina was blessed with a baby boy on 27th July, who was later named Shojib Wajid Joy, as the Pakistan army often used to threaten Sheikh Jamal that they would hang him upside down. He, finding an opportunity, fled from the hospital and joined the freedom fighters. So that time when Sheikh Hasina were sick and her health condition was not good, Begum Mujib was worried about her, and that time Mr. Wajid Mia and the second son of Sheikh Jamal, second son of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, whose name is Sheikh Jamal, accompanied her, that means Sheikh Hasina. And that time Sheikh Hasina was placed with a baby boy, and we know his name. He's famous Shojib Wajid Joy. And that time Sheikh Jamal fled from the hospital and he was able to join the freedom fighters. Finally, the victory day arrived. There was joy everywhere, but Bangabandhu's family was yet to be freed from captivity. The Pakistani occupational forces were still cordoning Bangabandhu's house and firing at people rushing over there chanting Jai Bangla, the invigorating slogan of the Bengalis. But they fled the next morning when the Indian army came to rescue the family. Sheikh Jamal returned home in the afternoon while Sheikh Jamal returned home the next day. Nevertheless, the biggest anxiety of the family persisted. Bangabandhu was yet to be released from Pakistani prison, and they didn't know when that great moment would arrive and how. So after 9 months bloody war, we find a victory, and Pakistan, then Pakistan, West Pakistan was not able to fight with us. So that time they free. They were they have to influenced by abroad, and they free Bangabandhu, and Bangabandhu came to Bangladesh, and people were happy to find their leader, as he had sacrificed a lot for every innocent people of Bangla. Students, please read the text again at home. You will learn a lot about Bangabandhu's life when we will learn lesson 2 from unit 2 and 3. You will be able to learn more about him and his family. That's all for today. Hope you have understood today's topic. Keep practicing at home and abide by your parents. Stay well and see you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.